Hello Internet, and welcome back to my Big Damn TV Geek vlog. As I'm sure you're aware, the Emmy nominations came out yesterday, and because I am an insane person, I decided to come home from work and film some of my reactions. This is probably as close to a real-time vlog as you're ever going to get from me. Seriously, I cannot stress enough how little I prepared for this. Let's see what happens! So let's just dive right in. I'm gonna start by talking about a bunch of the overall series nominations. Right off the bat, let's talk Best Comedy Series. When are we gonna get over the whole Modern Family thing, everybody? I was actually thrilled with a lot of this list. Parks and Rec, I was so pleasantly surprised to see get a nod for its awesome final season. I adore Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt and was thrilled to see it nominated. Silicon Valley is hysterical, and I'm so glad it got nominated again. And, well, I may have a problem qualifying Transparent as a comedy, because it's not exactly laugh-out-loud funny. It 100% deserves any recognition it gets for being an incredible show. But I would have loved this list 1,000 times more if something like Broad City, or You're the Worst, or Playing House, or The Comeback, or any number of these tiny niche comedies that I'm sure none of the Emmy voters have ever even heard of had snuck into the last spot instead of Modern Family again. Come on, guys. Let's try something new. As far as the Best Drama Series goes, this is kind of exactly the list I was expecting to see, which is not really a good thing, not really a bad thing. I was glad Orange is the New Black got a nod, even though it was forced to change categories. I feel like the show doesn't really fit as a drama or as a comedy. It's such a mix of both things, and forcing it to qualify as a drama merely on the fact that it's an hour-long show is the dumbest thing ever, but it deserves recognition regardless, so glad to see it here. I feel like the Downton Abbey nod is kind of the drama equivalent of Modern Family. The Emmy voters just go through and check it off and don't even think about it. I've never seen the show. I really can't comment on how good it is. It just feels that way to me. But Emmys are gonna Emmy. The one other serious thing I felt like was worth commenting on is the variety series. Look, I think we all know there's a pretty good chance that The Daily Show is gonna win for Best Variety News Show or whatever the hell they call that category, because it's his swan song. But I, for one, will be rooting like hell for John Oliver because dude's show is awesome and he totally deserves to win. I also really like that the rule change for the variety categories allows for sketch shows to be their own monster now, so you got nods for Inside Amy Schumer and Key and Peele and Portlandia and all these wonderful, quirky comedy shows, and they didn't have to fight with the Daily Show, Colbert, and all of that nonsense. So A+ to the Emmys for that particular rule change. Moving on to the acting nominations. So, first and foremost, most important news of the day, the Emmys recognize that Tatiana Maslany exists. Time for a Clone Club dance party. Seriously, best news ever. I couldn't believe it. I sat and stared at my computer like a moron for like 5 minutes. I'm so excited, so excited. She's never gonna win, but so excited. Now that we've gotten that flailing out of the way, I was also really thrilled with the lead actress in a comedy category. Look, we all know Julia Louis-Dreyfus is going to win her like 8 millionth Emmy or whatever, and don't get me wrong, she's incredible, totally deserves it. But seeing Emmy nominated next to the name Amy Schumer made me do a little happy dance, and I was also just so excited that Lisa Kudrow got some well-deserved recognition for her just utterly phenomenal performance in the second season of The Comeback. Somewhat related on the comedy acting side of things, I'm thrilled the Emmys finally seem to have moved on from their habit of just nominating the entire cast of Modern Family and moving on with things. Love that Andre Braugher got a nomination for Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He's so funny on that show. Was thrilled to see Titus Burgess get a nod for his absolutely perfect and hilarious portrayal of Titus on Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. Was equally excited for Jane Krakowski because I adore her, and was happy to see Keegan-Michael Key get a nomination for Key and Peele, even though I feel like it's kind of weird to nominate Key and not nominate Peele, but what do I know? On the drama side of things, I'm super fascinated to see what happens with the lead actor in a drama category. I feel like there's not a true frontrunner, among any of the men nominated, and it's really, really interesting. I would love to think that Jon Hamm is finally going to take home a trophy for being amazing as Don Draper, but if history has taught me anything, is that the Emmy voters don't suddenly change their mind about a performance after 7 years of something, so I'm not super optimistic that's going to happen, which is a shame. I would love to see Bob Odenkirk win. I think he was terrific in the first season of Better Call Saul. But I also think it's crazy that Kevin Spacey hasn't won one yet, not necessarily because I think he's better than anybody in this category, but because big movie star being in a television show screams something the Emmy voters want to award. So that will be a very interesting one to watch on Emmy night. Obviously, there are also like a million people that didn't get nominated that I was super disappointed about, like there always are. I was bummed that Carrie Coon from The Leftovers didn't get nominated. I think the fact that that show aired like a year ago probably hurt her. Nick Offerman has now gone 0 for 7 for Ron Swanson, which is patently absurd. Come on, Emmy folks, get your shit together. I was bummed none of the guys from Silicon Valley got nominations. I was bummed that Abby and Alana from Broad City didn't get nominations. I still think it's crazy Andy Samberg hasn't gotten any love for Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Lots and lots of snubs, in my opinion, but when you've got 6 slots and as much amazing TV as there is right now, it's gonna happen. So those are all of the main nominations. A couple of other random thoughts. Consider this me officially registering my annual complaint that I don't understand how a show that's regularly and flawlessly putting multiple copies of the same actress in scenes with herself doesn't get a nomination for special effects. But sure, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. totally does better special effects work. What? It is also downright criminal that Daredevil didn't get a nod for its stunt work. That scene at the end of the second episode alone, the hallway fight, is like the stuff of legends and 100% deserved to be recognized in some way, and it's crap that any other show on TV does better stunt work. I don't believe it. So that's enough of my awkward ramblings about the Emmys. Now you know what happens if I don't prepare. I won't ever do it again, I promise. I want to hear from you. What were your biggest snubs, biggest surprises? What made you the happiest? The answer to that question is Tatiana Maslany, obviously. Let me know in the comments. As always, please like and share this video. Subscribe to my channel so you can keep on watching my vlogs. You can follow me on Twitter at BigDamnTVGeek, and there's a link to my blog and my Facebook page in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.